Hi there, this is Jeff Fletcher recording another premiere Zendikar Draft. So let's just jump into that. I'll use one of my tokens. And I'm getting some flames. Let's do some funky looking flames. Cool, everyone's read it up. I did black green for my first one, and I was pretty successful with it. Went 5 and 2 in the end. It felt like I could have got to the 7 wins. Was pretty happy with the deck. I did notice this Law Mage's Familiar last time. This is a very powerful card. Looks real good. Let's have a look at my rare first. Flying, Death Touch Lightning, nice. Equal to the number of cards amongst cards in your graveyard. Whew. Okay, so I'm going to confirm that, and I bet that's a friend of mine who might jump in on the draft with me. Right, cool. So, yeah, I mean, this seems really good. Card types in opponents' graveyards. So I kind of want to mill a bit, but the fact that this has Death Touch Lifelink and Flying is pretty insane, and it also is a rogue for your party, so that's pretty nuts. Let's have a look at some of this stuff. Jawari Disruption, Sure-footed Infiltrator, tap another untapped rogue control, can't be blocked. Wow, that's pretty nice. That's also a very nice card. Hadn't seen that once. My black cards, Toronto Silencer, it's okay, it's a bit expensive, but pretty good. Um, this seems quite interesting. This isn't good. No, this is pretty meh. Smite the Monster's standard spell, really. It's pretty normal. 3 damage to any target. That seems really good. 3 damage to any target. You can kick it and get 5 out. That seems pretty strong. So the paired tactician is one possibility. I haven't seen many warriors in black who could stay the course on black with the silencer. I think the silencer is quite good. Oh wow, it auto selects an actual good card. So yeah, this card's pretty solid though. So what's this about? Gain control of target creature until end turn and tap the creature gains haste. It's like a really expensive threat, and it's also a land. That's okay. I found those cards to be very good. There's not black cards coming. Let's hope that's not a bad sign. Dreadworm, I think, is a fine card. Like getting indestructible really does help with attacking, so that's nice. I guess that's kind of nice. Um, yeah, this card seemed pretty powerful, but it's in 2 colors. Well, yeah, it's in at least one color I don't necessarily want to be in. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is a signal yet that this isn't flying. I'm going to take the Dreadworm. The card's pretty good. I like Jiraga Visionary quite a lot. This is good, but it's 2 colors. Expedition Healer and Smite the Monsters are both fine. Okay, so we're not seeing tons of black still. This is the second paired tactician. This seems kind of fun, but I feel like this can be shut down fairly easily. Whenever another cleric enters the battlefield under control, you gain life. And if you gain life the first time each turn, put +1/+1 power. Okay, this seems really powerful. I mean, yeah, I could easily bin red. Like, red's not my main color. Like, white does seem quite open. This seems quite good. Pressure point, that's always reasonable. Blood price is fine. Yeah, I'm going to take this. I think that's something that I could do. So let's have a look, see how that can go. Still not a lot of black coming. Could be a bad sign. Draw 3, gain 3. That's pretty spicy. Like, actually, even at its base rate, I don't mind that. Could be a splashable card for this deck. That doesn't seem awful. What are my white options? +1/+1. It's like fine and exciting. Subtle Strike is again fine and exciting. Let's grab this. Let's see if we can kind of put these all together. That doesn't seem awful. Um, Another Dreadworm. Ghastly Gloomhunter becomes a bit better with things like Cleric of Life's Bond. It might be okay. What is this? Soaring. Let's see. 1-3. Flash Flying. It's an interesting one for sure. I kind of got a couple cards in white. I might take the Stonework Pack Beast to support my. Although I wanna kind of show that black is gone for people passing back to me. So maybe then I can get a really good pack of black cards on the way back. What's this? So +2/+2 until end of turn. Overpriced, but it is a land. Okay. Um, this is kind of okay. I can see that being good. Yeah, I don't think I show any signs of being a go wide deck yet, so I'll take this because it kind of fits the mold that I'm building a little better. Oh, 4/3 warrior that just cost 4. What trash. And there's a time when this card actually used to be okay, but in this day and age, it's just pretty chod. I mean, maybe it's a little better in this set, who knows, but it just seems bad. Um, and this is a really expensive good flyer, but the thing is, it's kind of okay at its base rate. Um, God, I'm gonna just take this to show that black isn't open. Um, Even though God, it is trash. Wow, 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 wow! This card coming around, people are not respecting this. It's really good. Um, Still gonna make the same play. Okay, so Smite the Monstrous, which I wouldn't mind one of. Ghastly Gloom Hunter. It's possibly okay. I mean, I am playing Cleric of Life's Bond potentially. Disguise alright as well. Let's just take Smite. I think it's okay to have a Smite in your deck for sure. Hand card. This so far this draft feels a lot less powerful than the first draft that I was having. I'm quite a lot behind on playables. I'm hoping that I've set myself up for a good second pack because really the guy left of me has been seeing almost no black cards. So yeah, let's hope that that's enough. What's this? Oh, that's actually pretty spicy. I'm gonna take that. I mean, I don't think I'm gonna be a blue deck, but okay. Wow, a pack with one black cobbard. Jesus. That's a pretty cool card. That's a pretty meh card. This card is good. Yeah, this card's meh. This card could be good. Yeah, it works with what I've already got, cleric-wise. A nice attack. I think the Expedition Healer is a better lifelinker than the Ghastly Gloom Hunter, but I may come to eat my words. But actually having some sturdy 2-drop seems fine. It's a black card. Quite like this. Solid. What's this? Whenever a land enters creatures I control. Woo woo woo. Okay, that seems pretty good. Makes me want to go wide a bit. Enchant a creature or planeswalker. Enchanted permanent can't attack or block an attack. That is pretty strong. So it's just like a straight up good removal spell. Yeah, I'm in for that. Draw a card. Okay, that's really weird. Alright, I mean, this has got some value. The Skyclave Cat. Here is Binding again. I actually like Core Celebrant quite a lot. Um, that card's really going to combo with the Cleric of Life's Bond, and especially if you find another one. This is shitty. Vanquish the Weak is very good. Um, There's a lot going on here. I actually like this card quite a lot. I think this is probably the right pick. Oh, and we auto picked it. Yep. Each opponent loses 4 life, you gain 4 life. It's fine. 3-1 for 2, it's decent. Trying Silencer. Solid card. Vampire Rose. We've got some clerics covered. We're likely to have a few members of the party. It's a 3-2, which isn't the most exciting. Yeah, I think I'm more into having a cheap party member. The Sellsword kind of does that, so Metalinks. Yeah. So this is a 2-3 when it's not your turn. I guess it's alright. Okay. Oh, actually, yeah, I think we might be able to make this kind of gaining life pinging thing work, which I kind of looked at that for my other deck and I didn't think it could work. But I think here we are hoping to plan to gain some life and then be able to ping them. So we want to. I don't know. This combo is perfectly the white 1/4. Makes me almost wish I took that over the removal spell now. There's some crap in here and there's a stonework beast, so we'll get that for the party. It also supports Spoils of Adventure a bit. This card's definitely alright. Actually, if I'm going to gain life, I might actually want the Ghastly Glimmer now. He doesn't seem so bad anymore. Another Smite the Monstrous. I'm hoping I see that 1/4 back, but I doubt that I will, just because it's Sod's Law. Yeah, I don't know if I want 2 of these in my deck, but I'll take another one just in case. Oh, both these are quite good. Quite like adding a +1/+1 counter to something. Yeah, and having a 3-drop's better than having another 5-drop, especially if I'm going to be kind of aggressive. I don't know if Spoils of Adventure will ultimately get played. It is kind of a nice card, though. And maybe we end up with another Stonework Pack Beast. Okay, the Shadow Cat came back, which is surprising. And again, that pack had quite a lot of cards in that I could pick. The Shadow Cat seems reasonably good. It works quite nicely with the Guldraz Mucklord, and there's a couple of my guys that might be able to gain counters. Take the white card just to try and get that last little bit of signalling. So, Binding. Man, I regret not taking the 1/4 over me here is Binding now. It would make my deck a lot more synergistic. And I think that synergy is quite powerful as well. This is Prowling Felidar. Oh, this card's very good. I mean, it's a little bit slow to pump up. The fact it can just kind of sit there and ambiently get bigger and bigger and bigger. I mean, I also have 2 Nearest Binding, so I feel like I'm quite good for removal, but I might need to be able to string things together to win the game, so that's my reasoning there. Okay, that's an interesting one. Kind of good at pushing through a final attack. Don't think I like it that much. Subtle Strike's sort of fine with my minor theme going on here. This card's fine. There's just a bunch of meh. That's the problem here. It's all just 5. Yeah, wow, okay, just fucking auto-picked me. What the fuck? Like, what the actual fuck? Right, Protector. Gains Instructor Ball. Deadly Alliance is quite good. Canyon Jerboa is reasonably good. Yeah, it's definitely Deadly Alliance here. I feel like I'm going to be hard pushed to get this other colour into the deck. Yeah, this card's not particularly great. Deadly Alliance is pretty good. Yeah, I actually would actively want another Stonework Pack Beast now to add to the deck. There's another Dreadworm. I guess Dreadworms are a way to close out. I feel really unlucky with the way the cards have fallen across the 3 packs have not been very kind to me. There's a Farsight Adept if I want it. Yeah, let's get the Expedition Healer. Yeah, I could play this in the Spoils of Adventure slot. It's a shame because Spoils of Adventure looks like such a good card, and I think I'd be getting it quite cheaply. But I think it's just going to stretch me too far to play this blue mana, which really hurts. Let's play Subtle Strike. I mean, I've got a pile with a good amount of removal, so that's something that's decent going for it. The problem is I feel like my route to victory is quite inadequate. Like I don't have a lot of flyers. This pinging theme almost pulled off, but because this is only my second draft and I haven't really read the spoilers, I feel like I didn't totally know what I was doing in terms of setting it up. So, like, not taking the 1/4 over Nahiri's Binding, I feel was probably a mistake. So what are we going to do here? We could indeed run 7/7/3. God, with Nahiri's Binding and Nighthawk Scavenger, that seems horrid. The big question is, do we need the power of Spoils of Adventure? I feel like we kind of do, but we're just not gonna be able to make that work. So we'll snap that back. That cuts me to exactly 40 cards, which is also a benefit. Question about Ghastly Loam Hunter. And this deck does have a good amount of removal, and some reasonably big fat guys. So yeah, I think we just play it as is. I don't think I want another Loam Hunter. Just to try and trigger Cleric of Life's Bond, although that card is very good. I mean, that would also trigger Marauding Cleric, but it's only for a bit of additional damage. I think I just want to keep, for instance, my Cliffhaven Sellsword and push in that way. And then rely on maybe Dreadworms to give my opponent some difficult blocking choices in the endgame. I've got 1 blood price as a kind of card advantage means as well, which is all right. Like I think it's such a shame like this isn't a blue black card, but obviously doesn't flavor that way as well. But if it were not a blue black, white black card, yeah, it clearly wouldn't be. But if it were, that would shoehorn right in my deck. So we're done with the draft. Let's get ourselves a match. Okay, it's not like a great opening hand given that I can't cast my spells. Do I mulligan or do I just trust in it? It's got powerful cards, but I can't cast any spell from this hand except Subtle Strike, which will have almost no targets. Doesn't really feel like it's what I want to be doing, so I'm going to mull it. Well, that fucking sucks. Gonna have to keep 6. I mean, you think the one thing my deck could do pretty well is draw a 2-drop, because I've got a fuck ton of 2-drops, but apparently not. The card seems quite strong. So do I choose to block this or not? I think I'll take it. Yeah, this has got vigilance, so I might as well get the benefit of at least one cycle where it does an attack and a block. That seems like it would be strong. I'll ditch this and this. That's pretty painful. This card's been surprisingly good when I've played against it. I've really not enjoyed its impact that it's had on the game I've been playing. I think I had to keep it too because when you have much fewer cards to play with, you need to make sure those cards impact the game a lot, and these cards are much more impactful than the other two. This one just I felt wasn't gonna cut it. Yeah, I'll continue to allow this trade. This seems fine. I take one, you take two back. To me. I don't like killing this, but for mana efficiency, I kind of feel that I have to. I regret it now. I drew the Cliffhaven Sellsword. That was like instant regret. But you know, it's just obviously I've drawn things up in completely the wrong order, including the mulligan. It's obviously going to have a pretty painful impact on me. I'm a bit worried about this increasing power at some point, but there's not a lot I could do about it. I suppose I could block it. Probably just throw the Sellsword onto it. We'll see. I'm hoping the Dreadworm will be pretty strong. There's a lot of eggs in the not particularly great Dreadworm basket though. Wow. Well, now I'm definitely just taking that. That's pretty gross. Okay, there's no option, Jesus. That card's better than I thought. Oh, you do both. Yeah, that card's actually quite a bit better than I thought. And it's a counter as well. Yeah, it really is quite good. Just want 8 or more cards in my yard. I'm up to 6, 7 if I block here. I've got to block here. And this is only going to get worse for me as well. I can go 2 to face. Hopefully I can play Dreadworm and keep the card out of the bin so that he can't attack the Skitter Sneak for his turn. Oh, this is all kinds of bad position though. 2 cards down. 3 cards if you count that he's got an additional land as well. And then the fact that I'm down life versus a fairly aggressive deck. Really? I think I have to block. Let's see what he's got for me. It's probably bad. Yeah, that's really pretty bad. I don't even know about that card, I don't think. Yeah, no, I could easily die in 3 hits. We'll see. Yeah, I can't even play that. Has this got vigilance? Yeah, it has. Still no use. And this isn't a member of my party, so I just die. Well, that was very unexciting. I wonder if I could at least get back to the main menu now, or if it's still going to be doing this shit where you can't go back. Yeah. Oh wow, it's letting me go back to the menu now. I feel so privileged. Right, cool. So we're going to another game. Yeah, last night, the whole night, if you finished a game of Magic, well then you had to go fuck yourself. It was a pretty nice one from Wizards there. Not a great hand, but I'm keeping it. I mean, this is going to be a thing for the deck, so I can't really complain about this one white and I've got black thing, because it's just the fact the deck's mana card costs are not good. I'm glad I didn't play blue, that would have been way worse. Like, this hand activity gets quite a lot better now with drawing the ability to cast my cards, so we'll see how it goes. Cool. I'll just trade off. If I get the chance. Okay, this seems actually really good. It contains a number of pretty good cards. Do I attack? That's alright, I'll be passive. I think I'm kind of like quite good running along here. Want a bit of time to set up the Spelladar Prowler and suss my opponent out. I'll get this bad boy on the pitch. As my opponent didn't lay a land, I'm now going in with the Stonework tactic he's taking, so yeah, he clearly agrees that was a good move. Okay, so he's found his other colour. And I can use my Deadly Alliance now, so I think I want to give my opponent the chance to make some double blocks here. Pretty happy if they want to throw some dubs my way. Now, they're like, no, that really is a good attack, I'm just going to let it through. Well, did not expect. That's pretty conservative, I'm kind of surprised. And I can attack with Hagra Constrictor now. And it's got Menace, so they probably should. I'm definitely just going to take Aurel. I'm figuring maybe he's got that deal 4 to a blocker, so I am not going to block, given that I just saw this in my last game. So I feel like I'm learning the format a bit, and it does smell a lot of this, that attack into my... I can understand the Constrictor, you have Menace, but this does not. We've got a Shadowcat coming. Soul. And then just kill it. You can get -1, and we'll give a plus count to you. Not too sure where my plus counter should have been going, but I'm reasonably happy with that ordering. I also think that my opponent's very unlikely to be able to survive at this life total. Yeah, I could do a binding, I was going to say, just because now to get them down to one guy, and that means that I can bind whatever they play and then kill them, and they can't play enough kill spells to stop me, so it's definitely game at that point. Okay, so 2 pretty uneven games. We are still getting back to the menu. My god. Pretty nice. I feel privileged. It's 1-1. Not exactly showering ourselves with glory, but it is what it is. We can pick up from here. I don't feel it was massively a fault of the deck that we didn't do well in the first game as well. The rules just weren't super strong, although I am pretty conscious that I don't think this deck is as good as it could be. I don't think it's awful, that said. I'm not super unhappy with that. I just think that it's definitely got some rough edges that could have been worked on. And I can see that in the draft as well, even with some potential draft mistakes that I may have made. That 1/4 horn totem with the life gain effect, I have no idea how high people are going to value it, but I made a mistake. And to be fair, I took a premium removal over it, but I think it was even more valuable to my deck than that removal. And yeah, you know, didn't realise that at the time. It's fine. What I'll happily do here is block the Blight Priest with the Mucklord if it comes down to it. That's okay, not being given that opportunity, and that is just fine. Is this another cleric I see before me? It is a cleric. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is get my combo out on the table. And then not attack, obviously, because he blocked. Oh, the Double, that's strong. So this is a really strong common. Is it really strong? It's pretty strong, I think. Yeah, he can't really attack yet. Sure. I'm the same. Two cards, huh? That card has been really, really good. I figure I'm going to need my Deadly Alliance to kill one of these Felidar Prowlers, but it's fucking sick that I lose two of my better fighters as well. And I'll lose my best creature there, which is pretty bad for me. I'm gonna lie. I could still pull off a pretty good double block on a Felidar Prowler with the Mucklord and the Stonework Pack Beast, so I don't mind that too much. I'm gonna take this opportunity to Blood Price and get a few cards. So what do I want? Put two into your hand. Yes, Nighthawk Scavenger, come to daddy. If I take that, I need another swamp, but do I take it here? I think no. I'm gonna just take those two and feel slightly awkward that that's how it went down, but it's probably fine. They've got only sorceries in the yard, which isn't great for the scavenger. But we'll soon get it to 3, and it might just be able to win the game for me, so here's hoping. Oh, that's annoying. Well, I'm definitely going to double block while I can. I'll hopefully kill one of these guys, but we'll see. That does. I'm sure that costed 5, but I should probably check this before I just jump in there. Oh, he didn't get to kill both. Haha, that's actually great. Yeah, in my head he was kind of killing both, and that was quite a lot worse for me, but it's turned out pretty fine. What am I going to do here? I think it's fine for us to just... Oh, we can play this. Yeah, okay. Play this, why not? Because, like, our life total's not a serious threat yet, and yet this is going to seriously threaten my opponents, except they've got a really cool rare, so it's not... Well, that fucking sucks. No. Yeah, my opponent's living a pretty sick life over there, as he said. The Dreadworm gives me means to attack. It does mean I might have to take a nasty hit off the Prowling guy. He's just gonna throw all this mana on. Oh, do I care? Nah, fine, I'll trade for that. Yeah, it does trade for that, doesn't it? Yep, okay, fine. Yeah, now I'll Deadly Alliance's Apparition. I've got another removal spell of sorts, and that's at least going to give me a token and play this healer. Do I want to get in with this? No, I'd kind of rather have Subtle Strike up, so... Maybe, yeah, I think I should have attacked with that first, that was dumb. I didn't have a lifelink at the time, but it's still silly. Now he's got his creatures up. Yeah, let's attack with these and see what he does block-wise. I think he could run himself into a bad spot. Okay, so we're going for a Deadly Alliance. Sure. Yeah, I'll block. Let's go. So... let's continue. And that still is the best creature that I give a +1/+1 counter to, so I'm just gonna leave it there. Yeah, I think I have to commit this here. That creature does have a passive, but it's not that annoying. And yeah, I'm going to attack all. I'd actually like to get rid of the Seagate Banneret now, and if my opponent wants to trade it, I'm fine. They do. So especially if my opponent could just be nice for once, instead of drawing clutch cards, just draw a few blanks, yeah, and just let me attack them down, or get pretty close to leave. That'll really help me out. Because I am certainly drawing like shite as well. I'm really doing a good job on that front. Yes, oh my god. Okay, wow. I think that game was only really hairy because their clutch rare just came in, I think, off the top, because they likely would have played it, yeah, almost certainly, if they'd drawn it at any other point, and they just ripped that immediately after I played the card that I drew into. And if that hadn't happened, I think the game would have been pretty plain sailing for me, but they instantly trumped me and it was pretty disgusting. This hand doesn't look great, but I think we can draw white. Yeah, fuck it. Probably not the right attitude, but oh, there we go. Yeah, maybe that card's better than I thought, because essentially this card instantly cycles, and then if you put another mana in, it's kind of cast a 4 mana divination. But the fact that you instantly cycle it for 2, I mean, divination will be better probably. Common damage play up in this cards. Okay. I think I'm just going to play my healer. Yeah? Am I? Maybe? Yeah, you can draw a card in response, that's fine. And I'll start hitting the opponent and gaining some life. It looks like they might be a decking deck, so this life gain may well not matter. But at some point I might be able to kill this. Okay, so a nice big scry. I'm going to probably Deadly Alliance that next turn. That makes sense. So he scries for 2. And can then Wind Robber me. Seems okay. Back for 4. And he gets the mill on. One away lose. Flames, okay. God, swapping it for a swamp is pretty shit, but 5. I mean, I thought any card other than the swamp, but I don't even mind to lose that lane, really, but an actual swamp is the very worst card I could draw in my deck, so that just hurt a bit. Okay, definitely a milling deck, and I will kill that. Okay, that doesn't hurt though, so that was kind of nice mill for me. Just, okay, the plains goes again. Okay, so he does sack it. It's not like it sacks him, does it? Do I want to... I'm wondering if I want to get my Dreadworm down here. I think the answer is that I do. But it's like a little bit more tenuous. I am letting my opponent mill me for a fairly solid amount next turn. 1 off this. Another, like 5 total. But I think having my primary damage source on the field is going to be quite valuable if my opponent has Soul. And puts my opponent on a real serious clock. It's also very hard to block this, so I'm quite happy for that. To the point where my opponent hasn't even gone in with their other attacker, and I'm fine, you know, like milling 3 is good. Now I really just want my opponent to make blockers and for me to just be able to finish them off. That would be great. He's buffed his team though. Solid. What? Oh, that's fucking retarded. That is something I definitely didn't want to happen. Yeah, this card's dumb. I saw one of these really late in my draft and it just seems freaking stupid how good it is. I can't attack through either of them, so I probably have to Deadly Alliance Soaring Thief. Especially because it's a passive, we can hear his bind later. So what I can do here is play the Stonework Beast. And then Alliance the Soaring Thief. And that'll cut this milling off quite a bit. Damn, that card is just ridiculous. I mean, I'm not worried about dying to health, so the Dreadworm's just a barrier in terms of stopping me attacking. And now not having that plains drawing all the swamps is starting to hurt. That card's nuts, as I recall. Yeah, this card's very nutty. And I'm guessing he'll still come in with a Fin Robber. He does not. Yeah, this card seems like a great build around. I've not seen one yet myself at a sensible point in. Well, I've only played 2 drafts, and this is fine because I can just let myself get chunked for 5 if I need to, so that part's fine. But my opponent's going to get a pretty nice card reload here. Pick some hot cards out. You're not a cleric, but you're definitely. I mean, damn, taking my Dreadworm as well was so crazy because it is purely the attacker I need. I mean, I suspect what I've done now is just given him the right card to kill next turn, but that's sort of fine. If he spends his turn doing the kill spell, at least I hope it's one that he has to pay quite a bit for, then that's fine. I'll definitely just take 5 every time he wants me to take 5, that's fine. Well, not every time, but I can take it a bunch. I do need to find a plains. We've got, I think, a couple now in the graveyard. Yeah, 2. If we find, like, if we drew a plains off the top, that would be nuts. Of course we do not. Huh. To land, though. So we get to swing and tax my opponent for something. Don't know what it's going to be yet, but I imagine they've got to give me something here. I don't think I need to go for any desperation attacks yet. I mean, it's possible that I could, but he's going to give me the Wind Robber, and that's actually just fine. And then he's going to sack and draw a card. Okay, that's pretty efficient for him. Then I can play this with the kicker. That's pretty nice. I imagine he will have a kicker card next turn, and therefore get a couple of drakes, which will suck, but it is what it is. Maybe I can draw a plains and hit one with the Nihilist Binding and just bash in. I'd be pretty happy for that. Okay. Well, that fucking sucks. I'm taken if you're hitting. If you want to swing, man, you just go ahead. Right, let's try and get that swing in. Fuck my life, okay. Oh, at least actually, yeah, because he has to do it like this. I just tried to it's fine. Get a counter on the Cleric. Dreadworm. Carry on. Yeah, I feel like my chance of winning this game is going down a lot. I don't know if I was ever beating this deck though. I mean, two of the mind control and the million cards to set it up seems exceptionally strong. Again, if you want to swing, buddy, I am taken. Sure, man, go ahead. No blocks here. Neither means, like, one or two things. His hand's incredibly strong, or he's playing it a bit wrong. I hope it's the latter. Three of those cards and the rest of the bottom. Once we finally drew that, play it. Do I need here is buying the Mucklord right now? Yeah, I think I do. I wasn't sure, but I think it's something that I've got to do. Oh, you got to negate for me, that's fine. So I get to find out what that is. And now I got choices. Do I just all swing? So what happens if I do? If I all swing, you're gonna free kill a Stonework Pack Beast, but then you would die. Well, you won't die. You can free kill something, and then trade your like chump. So yeah, I'm gonna all swing here, and hope my opponent doesn't have something to do with their 2 mana. Fucking hell. Okay. They do, apparently, and it's another 2/3. That's upsetting. Well, fuck me sideways. That worked out less good than I would have hoped. Cool, he got me through a couple of lands. I do deserve at least a good draw in this game. Come on, me. Just hit something. And And that is really not it. Really, I have drawn a lot of swamps when I've needed other things. I guess I can just take another hit, but yeah, I mean, I knew, God, when my opponent had the kicker spell for this as well, it was probably just lights out. I'll take the 11 here. That's another one of them, that's fine. This card's just super good. No blocks, thanks. Will this do it? Probably not. The problem now is I'm at the point where I actually have to look after my own life total, and it's not going to be enough. Let's just do it anyway. Just for defiance. Yeah, the negate was the end of the game for me, so it's unfortunate that he had that. So minus E plus E. It doesn't even matter, he can just let this happen. I mean... Yeah, this card's really nice. So, yeah, it's because it lets you get hit for 2 mana. So with Roost of the Drakes, it's just freaking insane. Did he not kick it? Ah, yeah. So the Drake just replaced it, and now we can concede. So we're on to our last life here. I think it's 2 and 2. At least I hope it's 2 and 2. This deck hasn't really proved strong as I would have hoped. I don't know. I think the opponent's decks have just been stronger. Like, that control magic was nuts. Very powerful. Yeah, okay, so it would be like a 2 and 2, which isn't horrible. It would have us lose us a fuck ton of gems, so we really don't want that. This is a pretty important round. It's worth 750 gems, followed by a round, I think, worth 400 gems. So I really have to hope I can get this. I think my draws haven't been great as well. It's funny how things run like that, but like just really mediocre draws. Opponents' decks have been better. Just a whole load of things heaped on top of the other. This hand looks alright. I can make a 2-drop into a 3-drop. That discard spell, actually, I have to say, both the games I've lost, that's been involved, and it's felt much better than it looks. Maybe I've just been unlucky, because I generally think that Mind Rot isn't a great spell, but maybe the tempo of this format dictates that it's actually not bad. Okay, we're against a milling deck that straight away got Ruin Crab on the table. Fuck me. Get good pressure these opponents, don't they? And a big pause. What's the tricky, dude? You decide to play a land or not? Or did you keep a 1 land there? Yeah, I was going to say, that doesn't seem like the most difficult decision in the world. Yeah, I definitely should have attacked before playing my card. I mean, they might well have done that anyway, but the Ruin Crab to a milling deck is generally a pretty valuable card to have on the table. That's exactly what I need. Yeah, wow, I drew a swamp when I needed one. That's pretty crazy. Okay, so this time I'm going to attack with my mana up, like a non-chump. And my opponent's going to show me they do value that grab. So this is going to get pretty dangerous, but at least my opponent seems to not have the green landfall spells, or rather the landfall generating spells like the new Harrow, so that's at least something for me. Wouldn't mind drawing a removal here, just killing the crab would probably put my opponent out of action entirely. Let's see what he's got for me. But we might at least be in a game where this opponent cannot afford to lose his crab, and therefore, we'll see, we'll see. Okay, respectable duder. It's a 1 point scry. I think the Dreadworm's going to be a pretty good source for attacking, we'll have to hope. This doesn't fly, does it? No. We can cast a Seagate Colossus next turn, that's fine. What's this? Oh, so it's just a 3-1. And it draws a card off that. Okay. So that would unfortunately trade my Nighthawk, which is a bit annoying. Oh, that helps. This isn't a cleric, is it? Oh, that gives me an annoying dilemma. We don't be playing land. That bit's for certain. One, two, three, 5, 6. So exactly the wrong number. Creature in your party, and I've only got 2, and that doesn't change it. So yeah, I have to play this card, which is a shame. So then let's do. Yeah, I'm going to do this actually because my opponent can equip this next turn on the Cascades here and trade it better. So here, just letting my cleric actually die is fine. Or if he doesn't want to kill it, that's also fine. I assume he's gonna have to win Robber Block the Scavenger, which means he won't be able to draw off it. And that certainly makes the blade a bit less good because it can only now attach the crab. How far are we off? Like, there's a few mills to get, and he's going to have to find lands each time to keep hitting. Like, he may well have them, and I'm not sure I mind if he has them, since I think he needs at least 3 more turns, and I might well not need that many turns. Got a couple of big guys. Just got to avoid that stupid control magic spell, and I might be okay. So there's some big uncommons that I've been noticing. Oh, that's pretty strong. We'll buff the worm. Yeah, just come in. Oh, and that's got to be good. We've drawn a chump off him now with his crab, which means that he's giving up for now, or he's going to have to find another way to use the milling that he's got done. And that pretty much spells the end. Oh, I'm not sure how good milling is in this format if you're actually on the crabber strategy, since I've had, I think, 3 people actually play first turn crabs against me and beaten them all, which is a good sign. Really glad that I won that game, because that means that now we can lose something off this, but we're not losing too much. We're not getting heavily punished when we lose this draft. Oh, does this mean... Cool. Yeah, so 1,000 gems, then would be like 1-4. So if we can get one more win, we're at what I call the break-even point. Yeah, it's not quite a break-even on gems, but you're getting, I think, 2 packs or some smallish number of packs to make up for your lost 100 gems, and you can feel generally alright about it at that point. So it's me to go first. I'll keep the 7. I can make a 2-drop into a good 3-drop. Notably, it's not that great of a 3 early in the game, but I still think it's a pretty good drop. It's kind of hard to block. It'll do quite a bunch of damage. And it makes them want to not get cards in their yard. That's cool. Those lands look nice. Let's send you in first. And then play you. I think I should be fairly well positioned against green-white, actually, because... Alright, maybe... Don't know how about green-white. What does this even do? Enter the battlefield, you may return land you control to... Okay, so it's just like a choicey card. Fine, I guess. So... Buffs for each creature in the party. Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing he's not going to trade me. I might as well buff this pack beast anyway and then just full attack. Maybe I should have just offered him the trade, to be honest. I don't think he would have traded me and I could gain more life. But yeah, that probably was correct. But it looks like my main concern is going to be his life total here. I can push it low pretty fast. That's fine. My opponent does attack. And then this just opens him up. Definitely Seagate Colossus while I can. For such a low price. Yeah, this card is better than I thought, actually. It seems like you can quite often access it for a fairly cheap price. This is the first time I've seen 4, but 5 is quite common, and it is a big 5 drop. And that said, there's 5s with passive abilities that I actually care about, and sometimes they're better. So this is the party member we've got. Alright. Questions, questions, questions. So, like, I'm a bit split here because I kind of want to play Felidar to get the counters on it, but then that means I can't play Nahiri's Binding, and that might be more important. If I do bind, what do I bind? The Felidar, probably, and then send in the Colossus and the Nighthawk. That seems fine. Or maybe even the other way around. The Shepherd. Now the Felidar, I think, is stronger. And this isn't, like, a great block for my opponent. They can kill my Nighthawk Scavenger here, and then chump my Seagate, which I'm fine with. I feel like I'm pretty up on that. It's nicer because the Shepherd is a member of the party, so it goes into the bin. I do feel like my opponent might be about to cast a Reanimate spell on me that I really hate, the double black one. That card's insane, but I think binding the Sovereign, because the Sovereign is purely about combat power, is the safe choice. What's this? You may put a basic land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Return target basic land. Oh, that really lets you manipulate landfall a lot. That's pretty cool. So we'll play this. And play a land for it. Buff it up. Opponent's awkwardly got a 3-4. So yeah, I will probably just have to trade for both of these, which isn't the worst fate anyway, to be real. Yeah. Yeah, getting a 2-for-1 here feels absolutely fine. And now I've got 4 creatures to my opponent's 0. There's definitely cards I could just play a creature which stops me in my tracks for a while here. That's certainly possible, which I hope they don't do. No, that's enough. But it's not just going to totally hold me back, so we can send in the Prowling Felidar, which I think is going to have to trade with. Yeah, I think I just go all here, because my opponent will get to trade off my Felidar. But then he'll have to take a bunch of damage, it's only a trade, and I get to punt this, and I think my opponent will be in quite a lot of trouble now. What the hell does this do? Well, I never got to find out. I think that card's probably quite good, but it's not good against this position. So yes, I'm now actually getting towards doing as well as with my other deck. I've just come at it from a different angle. We're 4-2. One more win for the going over even. So when do I could see this draft token winking out at me as a really good prize, but when do I earn this? It's just there, like floating, saying 14 on it. But you can't click on it for information there, which is annoying because it puts you through to this bit. I'd have liked to see what that actually was about. I mean, I assume it means it's some kind of reward, but I'm excited because most of the rewards are crap. And it'd be good to actually earn a good one. But we'll see. Okay, I go first. Slightly sketch hand. Let's be a baller. I'm probably going to stick on 2 land here, which is a common arena hand. But no, we're going to draw planes. Just think planes. We're going to draw planes like an absolute boss and dominate. And we're going to draw another planes immediately after and just hammer them down with all the good stuffs in the world. Shumbo Diva, that's quite a cool name. Magic related. Where's my pet? It seems to... Oh, it's become some jiggly thing. I got used to my doggo. What's it say? Didn't draw a plane, but okay. Alright, I'm kind of, like, very okay with that card. It doesn't seem that strong. That was a nice draw. Yeah, now we'll get this guy. Okay. Yeah, these equipments that automatically attach seem kind of cool. So this will trigger either way, I'm just working out now. It's better to play this first because it's already triggering it. +1/+0 for each creature in the party mana. So this is really expensive if they ever have to re-equip it, but if they don't have to re-equip it, it's pretty darn good. And if they really boost the number of players in their party, it might be annoying. Cool, so I can kill a guy. Whenever attacks target creature opponent controls powerless, or none of warriors control combat. Okay, and this is a vampire rogue, and this is a goblin rogue. So I've got a kill spell available. I just have to figure out what thing do I want to kill. I think it's probably the Expedition Skulker, even though it leaves the equipment here, because it's going to reduce the power. Yeah, I think that's right. So I'm going to kill this guy. I think I want to race. I could be wrong. Yeah, cool. That's boosted my power, and now I'm clearly winning this race because I'm also getting a larger team every turn. My guy's getting bigger. I need a card to my hand. That's fine. So it's just like a mini wheel effect because he had bad cards. He got to exchange them. So I can play the cleric and trip this before combat, but I'm going to trip it. It's only once per turn, isn't it? For the first time. So I don't need to focus hard on that. I think I'll play the Mutt Lord because I literally can trade it and then attack. Oh yeah, and that really helps. So now, like, yeah, having the lifelink and the growing creature means that I win the race, and so all I had to do was focus on the racing aspect of this game. I mean, I don't know everything the black-red decks can do. This is my first time I've actually faced off against black-red, to be honest, so maybe they can do something tricksy, but they haven't selected these cards. They just drew a random 4 cards. So a removal spell seems like probably the best thing that they could find. I think I'm just going to Cleric pre-combat here and send in my team, because my opponent has to block now. Making this a 6/6 will mean he can't even double block it. Just going to Deadly Alliance my boy. That makes a lot of sense. And yeah, this seems great. I mean, he might still be able to kill Cleric of Night's Bond, but if he puts every resource he has into it, I'm fine with that. And moving his equipment and re-equipping it seems like he's just agreeing that he's lost the game. So I'll happily accept that if that's what he wants to do. Otherwise, this equipment's just never taking part in this game again. Oh, and he's also dead if he re-equips, so he has to cast a removal spell and then chump block. Unless I draw planes. Destroy a creature, so that's what he's gone for removal and chump block. I'll accept, I'll buy into that. I could do drawing a land, so he has an opportunity here to come back. So I have to show him a couple of cards. I'll show him Nahira's Binding and a cat, because I don't really care about either of them. Given that, I mean, because I have another Nahira's Binding, that's the obvious reason that I don't care about that. He takes the Binding, which is fine. And now I can... Yeah, I think it's best to kill the priest. Send the healer in and force the chump. So this means that I feel like unless he can get this equipment active for some value now, he's really going to struggle. And playing a creature isn't going to be good enough. That wasn't a bad... I mean, it's basically functioned as a removal spell. We can play the Faladar Prowler. Then he has to draw something relevant right now. Okay, relevant. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on it. It's kind of cool. But we're just going to bind it up and kill him. Nice, so we actually got to 5 wins, so maybe this deck will be now more successful than other deck. I mean, one thing I'm seeing, when you do draw well with this deck, even though I'd say this is an underpad version of this archetype, I don't think it's a particularly strong version of the deck. The fact that we can gain life in those like mini scuffles. Wow, we just won a draft token. That's pretty sick. Nice. Well, oh, and this is like my second Leyline Tyrant that I've had as a reward. So I think I've got 3 of them now. The card doesn't seem altogether bad. I don't know if it fits into constructed yet, but it actually doesn't seem bad at all. I mean, I looked at that in Spoiler and thought, kind of stands out to me as pretty powerful, but maybe it'll just get played in Commander or something to hold mana in the mana pool or not even, but it does seem decent. Well, this table's kind of nice. We're playing in Zendikar. I've got like my... This looks like the guy that Nissa gets. Yeah, I think I'll play this. Opponent's going first. Obviously what I need to draw is land, so I'd like to draw probably Swamp first would be ideal. Then I'll be okay. Get in the way. Let's view the battlefield. So my opponent's got a difficult one. That's a good start. Either that or they're just AFK. Sorry that this is a long video. I just kind of felt like after yesterday's playing and pausing and waiting and resetting and going back in at every game, having to spend 10 minutes trying to get back online, I just wanted to play in a continuous run. I just wanted to get some pace and play. Cool, so there was a mulligan over there. That definitely helps because I feel like my hand might be slow. So hopefully this can squeeze me out of there. Playing against red is good for Subtle Strike. It makes it quite a lot more likely that it'll actually kill a creature straight off the bat with the -1. And red-white, there's a bunch of X1s in this archetype, so hopefully I can find one to pick up. That's not one. There's a land though, which helps. And we're going to ship. Looks like we'll be landing our Mucklord approximately on time. So what's he have to do? He could pay a bunch and then buff this. That's fine, I suppose. Is that a warrior? Huh, okay. Yeah, I'm not living that. I think I will just take. I mean, there's nothing to be really gained by blocking here. But I'm definitely a little bit scared about what my opponent's running. Reach from the party, just one. Yeah, at least the Cleric of Life Bond kind of enables a block with the Mucklord. It's not as bad. I really do want to draw any land for next turn. That would be good, because I could play the Pack Beast and the Subtle Strike, and if my opponent wanted to just give me a little bit of a break from beating the absolute Jesus out of me, that would be nice too. Right, I'm going to make this block and see what happens. Oh, that's cool. So that really wasn't that successful. So I still got to trade his guy, and he played a spell, and I buffed my guy. That is the kind of play that I can cope with. I am getting down to chump block territory. So I'm pretty vulnerable to any like full removal or, God forbid, like a threaten effect here. What's this even do? Okay, so that's just like a full-on take me out. It gave me 2 life somehow. Oh, did I just take the damage? Yeah, I think I have to. Nihir is binding, that's helpful. Oh, it's a shame it's not actually an O-ring. So like now I am super fucked to like a removal spell. I haven't done very well at drawing land through the game. My blood price doesn't even work. Yeah, not drawing lands cost me big, but I did sign up for a 2-lander. And that's death. Haha. Yeah, my opponent's creatures in the party, so yeah, that 1/1 pretty sweet. Yeah, that's what it is. I didn't think I'd get to 5 wins with that, so I'm pretty happy. I might even, if it lets me back into the menu system, yeah, it is still. Claim my prizes, and that's overs and packs. So pretty happy for that. Both drafts ended 5 and 3. Would have liked to go a bit higher, but can't complain. Churning products, getting mythic card 3 choices, that seems good. Tazri. I don't really know what I want from this set. There's not Got to look a bit harder. Okay, this card's very good. Could see myself wanting him. He's also very fun because he gets to just reanimate stuff from your opponent's pen. So I quite like that all up. That ooze I think is nice. Forsaken Monument. I bet this is going to be good in Commander. I think that's probably a great Commander card somewhere down the line. Got to be some good Commander decks for it. All right, nice. Well, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you with my next draft.